Hey, YouTube community, God bless you. It is Friday afternoon, and let me tell you, I got a word from the Lord for somebody today, and I've entitled this, It's Time to Move. And this word was stirred in me as a result of a conversation that I was having with my good friend Apostle JoJo Dawson, and we were talking about all the people we knew that we're supposed to move to our ministries. There's people that I know that are called to move to Hot Springs and be a part of the revival hub here. And he knew that there's people that were called to move and be a part of what God's doing in Texarkana. And we were just talking about all these people that knew they were supposed to move to these regions and they haven't. And all of a sudden, they have all these different things just really hindering in their life, especially in their relationship with their marriage. And it's all because they won't move forward and move and plant themselves in the region they are called to. And so who is out there watching this right now? And you know you're supposed to go and sit under a ministry. Can I tell you, you've been delaying. You've been afraid of what your family's going to think. You've been afraid of what, whoever, your current church. Some of you need to move churches. Your church is dead. They're an old wineskin. They're not moving forward in the things of God. They don't recognize your gift. They want to keep you there just to be another butt in the seat. You need to move. Listen, here's somebody today. You need to move. It is time to move. It's time to move to that other church. It is time to move to that region. Maybe you're one of the people that knows you're supposed to move to Hot Springs. Can I tell you, it's time to move? And you might be saying, well, man, I just can't up and go. I got to find a job. Yeah, that's great. I know all that. But what you've been doing is you've sat in your seat. You've sat on your hands for so long, and you have not begun to take steps that will begin to move you in that right direction. Do you feel like you're called to go to Virginia, California, a certain city? Have you taken a trip out there? Go look at the churches. Go look at the place. Go look at the environment. Get a feel for the community. Test the waters. Do your due diligence. Listen, it is time to move. It's time for some of you. Some of you are stuck at a job. And let me tell you, you're just stuck. There's so many people that I believe are going to watch this video. You are stuck. You are stuck and you say, I don't know what to do. Don't know where to go. I can tell you, you're not going anywhere, just staying where you're at. It's time to move. Some of you, this ain't for everybody, but I know for some of you, it is time for you by faith to do what Abraham did. Leave your current region and just go. There's some of you just need to pick up and go. Some of you have been waiting on an answer for so long, and not having a clear answer has held you back for so long. Can I tell you, friend, without faith, it's impossible to please God. A lot of times, we're saying, well, I'm just waiting on the Lord. I'm just waiting on the Lord. I'm just waiting on the Lord. Well, guess what? I've heard that for so long, and I used to say that for so long. Do you know what the real thing is? It's not that you are waiting on the Lord. It's that the Lord is waiting on you to quit just praying and asking and sitting there and doing nothing. He is saying it's time for you to get up and move. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Do you know where you're called to? Maybe you need to scrounge up whatever you can, enough for a deposit on the rent and 1 month's rent, and move to that region. Maybe that's what the Lord has for you. Take it to the Lord in prayer. But guys, I'm telling you, some of you have held back for too long. You have a call. You have a gift, and it's not being developed in your church. It is not being developed in your region. And what God is calling you to do is to move. Listen, I know there are people that are called to come to Hot Springs and be a part of this revival hub. And you know what? It's not that you're called here long term. The word of the Lord that's been given to me, and I know it's only by His grace He does it, is there will be people who will move here that will be equipped to do what they're called to do, and then turned and sent out of here to the nations to equip others. Let me tell you, some of you are called to regions, and it's not for life. It's really just a sending port. That region you're called to for the next season is your sending port. It's your training ground. There are people, there are apostles that are going to see the gift that is in you and recognize it for what it is. Hey, friend, let me tell you, if you feel like nobody recognizes the gift and the anointing that's on you. There's nobody recognizing that thing. There's nobody calling that thing forth. When you share your heart with what God has called you to do, and those people just go, you know, they kind of look at you like your dog when you make a high-pitched noise, like, and that dog turns their face and their ears kind of go, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's how people look at you. They used to look at me the same way. I tell them I was called to travel as an evangelist. Then when I started this revival hub, people are like, what in the world are you doing? Can I tell you, there are real men and women of God who see what's in you. The reason why a lot of the people that are in your sphere of influence don't see what is in you is it's God protecting you from them perverting and disturbing your gift. Listen, those regions you're called to that you haven't moved to yet, those churches you're not a part of that you're called to yet, do you know what? They are going to help shape and form and fashion your gift and your anointing and help lead you in that call. And they're going to pull you back like you're like a rock and a pebble and a slingshot, shoot you out of here. And you're going to defeat some religious giants in other lands. But you got to move to the region to get equipped. Some of you, God's going to move you to that region. You're going to get equipped, and then you're going to start works in that region, or maybe in that same city. Because you know what? That church you're called to, that region you're called to, there may be a church on every block, but not everybody's doing it the right way, honey. Not everybody's hearing from the Lord. Not everybody's doing the thing that the Lord is calling them to do. Can I tell you that I even felt like God was going to send people to Hot Springs, that I was going to turn around and help them actually plant another church right here in the same city? Guys, I'm telling you, it is time to move. I heard the Lord, like when me and Apostle Joe were talking, he's like, the Lord's like, it is time for somebody to move. So listen here. You need to get in your prayer closet. You need to give yourself to fasting. And then whatever you hear, you move on it now. Now's the season. I feel like the Lord's even saying in the next 3 to 6 months, if you'll take this word and you begin to make steps, then in 3 to 6 months, you will be in the region that you're called to get equipped to do the work that God has called you to do. So guys, guess what? It's time to move. Let's go.